Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
First of all, I think we're in a position in our history whereas we got to look at things differently. We as a community, and of course the police agencies are now as very much part of the community as any other organization. And we cannot police and arrest our way out of some things that we have behaved our way into. And that goes far beyond just talking about young people. As organizations, we have behaved in ways that many times have attributed to the problem being the way it is today. And we're challenged today to deal with chronic violent behavior as opposed to behavior associated with childhood development. And so what it does is it challenges us, especially in law enforcement, to form partnerships with organizations that traditionally we have not partnered with to be able to deal with this issue in the juvenile justice system. So we have to rethink policy, we have to rethink procedures, because these are some of the things that down through the years have been put in place, and they have caused major issues of disparities, and certainly they come up in so many different ways in the numbers. So what we have to do is that we have to look at things differently, and we also, not only as a community and organizations, we have to look at things differently as individuals. There are some things that we all can do, and we have to understand that this problem didn't get this way overnight, and it's certainly not going to be corrected overnight. So we have to look beyond legislation. We have to look at what are individuals that are talking about this problem bringing to the table. We have to understand that that the early childhood trauma and how it plays into a child's behavior. And if that trauma is left unaddressed, then it transforms into violent behavior, and it also can transform into behaviors in schools that will cause schools to want to dismiss a child from the school. So that brings us to the point where mental health and mental disorders has to take more of a forefront, because certainly even as we deal with our military men and women that come back from the war, if they're not given the services that they need, then they become problems that enough police have to respond to as well. So our children are no different. These issues of if we continue to struggle with these issues of mental health and disorders and the issues of race, it will continue to compound our problem. And certainly we're going to be looking for solutions in the name of arrest and sentencing and all that stuff, and it's not going to help because it's like a big giant vacuum. And so what we have to do is be consistent in what we're doing. Now tonight it's a great turnout here, and that tells me that a lot of people, leaders, regardless of whether you see yourself as a leader or not, you are a leader, you have a circle of influence. And certainly if we be consistent in our efforts to make progress in these discussions and turn these discussions into solutions and actions, then we will reduce the racial and ethnic disparities that keep popping up and make it painful sometimes for us to make decisions that we need to make on behalf of our children. Our children are the future of this community. And if we keep trying to look at profits versus progress, then what we're doing is we're throwing money at a problem only for it to come back later on and bite us in a way that we're not going to be able to afford to pay. So I believe that tonight we should look within ourselves, look within our organizations, and realize that people that we're trying to reach need to see some sign of hope, and they need to see some sign of honesty and transparency in what's being done. It is hard to correct any problem when there's only one person participating. So we got to find ways to get people involved that are going to be directly affected by what we do. And let's be quick to listen to what the problem is versus tell them what the solution is. And I believe if we respect each other in this meeting, in this setting tonight, and we honestly look at what we can do in our circle of influence and in our organizations, we will not only have a great discussion, but we will walk away empowered with the power to act and see results. So thank you very much for including me in this discussion.